Hey guys, Useful Yields here. I just want to make a short video going over the YieldBoost ETF funds that are coming out from GraniteShares and kind of, their underlying assets. And yeah, so to start, this is the SEC filing from GraniteShares, and a lot of people are speculating that these ETFs are going to be released on the 23rd of August, which is actually really soon. It's like in 4 days from currently, the time of recording. So there's quite a lot of ETFs that we're going to be looking at, which is really exciting because the high yield scene is somewhat non-competitive. There's definitely a few out there. The main being YieldMax, as everyone knows, but having more competitors is good for the market. So hopefully they can kind of reliably give us those high yields where maybe, that they can actually compete with YieldMax. But we'll see. Only time will tell. So I made a little chart, or there's a spreadsheet here. So basically, each of the ETFs that's coming out, their underlying asset as well as the leverage type. So the difference between YieldMax and YieldBoost, from what I can tell, the main difference is YieldBoost is using leverage funds as their underlying assets. So for example, on YieldMax, we have NVDA, so that's just NVIDIA stock. But for the NVIDIA ETF, we have NVDL, which actually is their own. This is a GraniteShares fund, but it's a 2x fund, right? And a lot of the higher sector-based ETFs are 3x funds, with the exception of maybe gold miners, but technically that's not a sector fund. So you can see though, like biotech 3x, financials 3x, so on and so forth. So yeah. I also have a chart. So this is basically just since inception of the fund, month by month. Now I wish I could do every day, but that would completely blow up the spreadsheet and take forever to fill out, because I'm using the Google Finance API. So yeah, but basically we have this chart. So this is, like I said, monthly. Some of these lower down here, these single ETF funds are going to be a little bit less, fewer data points, and then the percent change since inception. So we can see technology has been crazy. It's grown over 22,000%. And this is the underlying. So if this has anything to go by, which technically, you should never use past data to determine the future data. But again, in my opinion, that's true, but you can't not use the past data. That's, kind of how the future works. So obviously we're not going to be seeing this year over end, but we're going to see this kind of rate keep climbing because, this tech is kind of ruling the market. It has for kind of the past 2 decades, so at least. So yeah, anyways, I just want to quickly go over these. The ones that I'm kind of interested in, obviously I am in semiconductors already, but so with USD, the ProShares fund, so I do kind of want to get into more diversified personally. So maybe we can put a filter on this real quick. I think it's right here, create filter, and then maybe we can just filter this by the highest. So you can see QQQ. So TQQQ is actually a pretty nice fund, but I want to get more into maybe diversified funds. So maybe financials, small cap, because semiconductors I'm already in. I mean, it would kind of be a no-brainer to put it in tech, and then maybe some of these down here. But you can see a lot of these have, pretty low change. It just depends. So, biotech's down here. That's surprising, actually. But what I'm hoping for is, at the end of the day, is that these are going to match or beat yield max funds. Because they're leverage funds, it's very possible that these could beat yield max funds. But also, with the yield max funds, as we saw in this last market crash about 2 weeks ago, we saw our yields suffer quite a bit. Now, the problem with the the problem with these YieldBoost funds is we're going to feel those market crashes, or just any tiny drop. 3 times more, hypothetically. So, just be prepared for your portfolio to look red for a little bit. But, as I've shown off in my Robinhood portfolio, maybe I can show that off again real quick and see how the market's doing also. As I've shown, like 26% is what I'm up right now. So really, that's the power of leverage. But again, this can go crazy down very fast. So I'm kind of curious. And also leverage funds, it depends, right? So with huge market crashes, it is harder for leverage funds to actually come back. So it takes longer. So that's also a very interesting thing. Now, obviously, a lot of these funds people are using for like income, right? Income streams. So a lot of people are trying to retire. I mean, I myself am trying to use these to retire. So it's going to be interesting to see how that affects, people's retirement or their income from month to month with something like a market crash. But yep, that's all I really wanted to go over. I just wanted to push out a quick video on this. I'm excited, and especially because they're coming so soon. These were announced or like rumored to be released a while ago, like a number of months ago, but they're finally possibly coming out within the next week. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. Anyways, that's it from me. And I wish you guys a wealthy future.